The Christian Pentarchy is a foundational concept in the history of the Church that reflects both the organizational structure of early Christianity and the theological dynamics that shaped its development. The Pentarchy grew out of the historical and political realities of the Roman Empire as early Christianity spread across the empire and the Church developed, necessitating organized leadership to guide its believers. The 5 cities of the Pentarchy, Rome, Constantinople, Alexandria, Antioch, and Jerusalem, became the principal centers of Christian influence, each with its own patriarch who held a leadership role within the Church. As the capital of the Roman Empire and the seat of St. Peter, the Bishop of Rome held primacy, initially as a symbol of unity and later as the authority over the broader Christian community. Rome's importance grew with the decline of the Western Roman Empire, leading to its dominance in Western Christianity. When Emperor Constantine moved the capital of the Roman Empire to Byzantium in 330 AD, the city became a new center of power. The ecumenical patriarch of Constantinople thus became a critical figure, gaining influence over the eastern portion of the empire and eventually securing the second place in the Pentarchy. Alexandria had a rich intellectual tradition, being home to one of the greatest libraries of the ancient world. The Patriarch of Alexandria became an important theological leader, especially in debates about the nature of Christ. Its role as a center of Christian scholarship and its connection to St. Mark the Evangelist, traditionally believed to have founded the church there, gave it significant weight. Antioch was one of the earliest cities where Christianity began to flourish, and it holds the distinction of being the place where the followers of Jesus were first referred to as Christians, as mentioned in Acts 11:26. The Patriarch of Antioch was highly influential, particularly in the development of early Christian doctrine and the spread of Christianity in the East. Jerusalem's status as the birthplace of Christianity made it the most revered of the patriarchates. While it was overshadowed by the others in terms of administrative power, the Bishop of Jerusalem held special honor due to the city's profound theological and historical connection to Jesus Christ. Each of the 5 patriarchates played a pivotal role in the theological development of Christianity. The bishops were not just religious leaders. They also became the definers of orthodoxy and the arbiters of doctrinal disputes that arose in the early centuries of the Church. The ecumenical councils, particularly those in the 4th and 5th centuries, involved the bishops of the Pentarchy in resolving critical theological issues. These councils, such as the Council of Nicaea in 325 and the Council of Chalcedon in 451, were essential in defining the nature of Christ, especially his divinity and humanity, and determining the nature of the Trinity. The Council of Nicaea, for instance, addressed the Arian controversy, where the Church debated whether Christ was of the same essence as God the Father or whether he was a created being. The Council of Constantinople in 381 played a significant role in defining the nature of the Holy Spirit in relation to the Father and the Son, and the Council of Chalcedon in 451 clarified the doctrine of the 2 natures of Christ, divine and human, which led to a theological dispute that caused a significant schism in the Christian world. This division, based on the rejection of the Chalcedonian Creed by the Egyptian Church, eventually led to the development of the Coptic Orthodox Church, which adhered to the Miaphysite understanding of Christ's nature. In the East, the patriarchs of Constantinople, Alexandria, Antioch, and Jerusalem exercised considerable influence. While Constantinople became a political and ecclesiastical center, the theological debates that emerged were often more focused on the nature of Christ, the relationship between the divine and human natures, and the workings of the Holy Trinity. In the West, according to tradition, St. Peter was martyred in Rome after serving as the city's first bishop, thus establishing Rome's supremacy and giving it unparalleled authority as the Christian world expanded. This supremacy was further reinforced by the idea of the Pope's primacy, which holds that the Bishop of Rome has special authority over the entire Church. This belief is grounded in the Gospel of Matthew, where Jesus tells Peter, "You are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church." The early Church interpreted this passage as granting Peter and his successors unique authority. This notion of apostolic succession, that the Pope is the direct spiritual descendant of St. Peter, was a fundamental theological pillar for the Roman Catholic Church. The fall of the Western Roman Empire in 476 AD was a pivotal moment in history. When the Roman Empire's political and military power collapsed, there was a vacuum of authority in the West. The Pope in Rome, however, stepped into that gap as a spiritual and political leader, filling the power vacuum left by the disintegration of the Western Empire. In a time of political instability and fragmentation, the Pope became a central figure not only in religious matters, but also in the political and social life of the remnants of the Western Roman Empire. As the empire fractured into various barbarian kingdoms, the papacy provided continuity and stability, acting as a unifying figure in an increasingly fragmented Europe. The Islamic conquests of the 7th century marked a profound transformation in the religious, political, and cultural landscape of the Christian world, especially for the patriarchates of Alexandria, Antioch, and Jerusalem. The patriarchates of these cities lost political and economic power operating under Islamic authority. Their global significance declined, especially as the focus of Christianity shifted to Rome and Constantinople. The final breakdown of the Pentarchy began with the Great Schism of 1054, when tensions between the Roman Catholic Church and the Eastern Orthodox Church reached a breaking point. The excommunication of the Patriarch of Constantinople and the Pope in 1054 formally split the two branches of Christianity, and the political and theological rivalry between the papacy and Constantinople continues until this day. The fall of Constantinople in 1453, led by Ottoman Sultan Mehmed II, marked the end of the Eastern Roman Empire and the beginning of the city's transformation into the Ottoman capital. While Eastern Orthodoxy survived under Ottoman rule, it was fundamentally changed, operating as a subordinate institution within an Islamic empire rather than as a pillar of imperial Eastern Roman authority. This event left Rome as the only city of the original Christian Pentarchy still under Christian control. The other major centers, Constantinople, Alexandria, Antioch, and Jerusalem, had all fallen to Muslim rule over previous centuries. While Rome emerged as the undisputed heart of Western Christendom, the survival of just one city from the Pentarchy underscores the profound losses endured by Christianity over centuries of conquest and division. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out my other content on theology and Christian history. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching.